One of the greatest challenges facing humanity is soil productivity. In most instances, our cities have expanded over highly fertile farmlands, reducing viable cropping land, all whilst our population and demand for quality food increases significantly. Australia is well recognised internationally as having some of the most ancient and nutrient-depleted soils on the planet. And our farming practices of the 60s, 70s and 80s using chemical and mineral-based fertilisers was burning the fertility out of the soil. We were losing valuable farmland at a rapid rate. And that forced us to rethink about how we care for the soil. Enter Sunil Misra, who recognised the reality that nutrient uptake in plants was linked to the soil's biology, that the billions of microscopic creatures living in the soil played both good and bad roles in plant health. Sunil made it his life's work to develop a complex controlled release fertiliser that was targeted not to feed the plant's roots, but instead the billions of microbes in the soil. We all understand the importance of microbes to our personal health. In fact, gut health has become a major focus with getting the microbial balance in our gut right, and it's actually critically important in soils as well.
Certainly, the microbes are the one which actually creates the life in the soil. All the microbes which we use in the suite of microbes, actually they are probiotic in nature, aerobic, and they help transporting the nutrients to the plant. What we try to do here and what we are doing it here actually is microbially mediated processes which will help creating the system where the nutrients are transported through microbes.
There's something else in the mix here, and what we know is we have very ancient soils. They're depleted of many mineral nutrients that, that we need in our health, so if we're eating crops, it needs to be in the crop as well. You've created a controlled release fertiliser that works in a very different way.
Certainly, all the controlled release fertilizer which are available, they are temperature dependent, and generally they give at 25-degree uniform release.
Yes.
But what happened that when temperatures are to the extent of 40-degree, they start dumping.
Yep.
And microbes, when they're there, they actually grab those nutrients because they compete for the nutrients,
yes,
with the plants.
Yep.
And they store in their body. And as and when plant needs, through the chemical signaling, they ask microbes to come and help and give these nutrients which they need actually.
Yep.
So this is in real means microbially mediated controlled release fertilizers.
After 20 years of research with collaborations with leading universities across Australia, Sunil's understanding of soil biology is being used by farmers and also home gardeners in places like Perth, which is famous for its Bassendean sands, identified as the most nutrient deficient on the planet by the World Food Organization. This innovation is called Troforte technology. Sweeter Bananas have trialled the fertiliser and the crop outcomes and soil health is incredible. Best of all, they are using just 10% of the fertiliser inputs that were once used. Even vegetable and grain crops are reaping the benefits of this new innovative technology. This focus on feeding the soil, improving the soil carbon, the nutrition and overall health is seeing a dramatic improvement in the quality of crops, and that's got all of the experts stopping and taking notice. The thing I don't understand from the research that I've read is how you're increasing the soil carbon. It's a critical part of soil health, but in increasing productivity, you would think carbon levels would drop, but they're not, they're increasing. How does that happen?
Exactly, because the excess of nutrients actually, if they are in the soil, they actually deplete the organic carbon. But in this case, because microbes, they absorb the nutrients, and when they die, they store the nutrients in their body, and it is actually organic. Organic carbon biomass in the form of the biomass.
Well, who would have dreamed that this beneficial microbe mix with micro and macronutrients would come together to bring our soils back to life?